Hey guys, welcome back. It's Shelby and today we're making candles, but in a really cool, fun way for Easter. So I have these eggs of all things, right? And I'm gonna insert a clip of me like cleaning them out so you guys can see how I did that. But basically I just cracked them really carefully and they're brown because that's what we currently have. But it also goes really well with Easter. So I've got 3 of them and they're all just kind of broken and cleaned out inside. And like I said, I will show you how I did that. They also have this like weird crust on them, and I think that's from the vinegar I used. But I also think it was worth it because they don't smell like eggs, and cleaning them out with soap and water just like wasn't working. So I will insert that clip here before I continue.
So carefully break just the very tops of your eggs and do it very carefully, especially if you are doing it one-handed like I am. And then you are going to want to rinse out the shells a couple times to give them a chance of getting all of the egg stuff out of them. Then I just put them kind of opening side down on a paper towel. And once I had them all there, I just rinsed them out with vinegar, which I did not do on camera because I needed both hands.
And we're back. Back to the present from the past. I'm also using this, which is my candle making kit from Art Minds, which means I got it at Michael's craft store. You guys have probably seen this kit before. I reviewed it when I got it because I hadn't used it before. I'll link that video above and down below as always, but we're gonna open this up and these are going to be our little like candles, candle molds, candle holders, like votives, if you will. Basically, we're pouring the candle wax into here and making like really cool little egg candles. I'm gonna do a Easter craft with those later, but in order to do the Easter craft, we have to have the egg candles. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna switch the camera angle. We're gonna get going and I'm really excited for this one. I haven't done it before, but I'm really hoping it turns out well.
Okay, so I am opening up my container and just pulling out all of the wax and the sticky wax and the little pegs and the wicks that I need. And I discovered that I've overused this and I only have 2 wicks left. But I have an idea to fix it, so I'm just clipping off the end of one of the wooden dowels that come in there. And since I'm making candles out of eggs, I don't need the entire length of the wick. So I thought that I would just cut one to the size of the egg that I need and then use the excess kind of wick length and attach it to the wooden dowel, and that would be my 3rd wick. And it's gonna work out pretty good because mainly the metal thing is just to hold the wick to the bottom of your candle. So if we artificially make one, it'll be fine. So after those are prepped, I'm going to pour some of the wax pellets into a microwave safe container. I'm gonna hold off microwaving that because it takes pretty constant supervision and I'm not quite ready to pour it yet. So I need to attach the wicks to the bottoms of my eggs. I tried with the little sticky wax that comes with it and it didn't quite work. So I'm going to be using hot glue, just a little dollop on the bottom of each of the metal things and then hold it upright. I discovered that I do in fact need the dowel to hold it. They're pretty stiff wicks and the eggs are small, but still having the dowel to make sure they sit up straight ended up being a good thing. So I'm going to do this on all 3 eggs. There's like the little like air packet at the bottom of them, but the hot glue is just like going right through that to the bottom of the shell. I am loading up the glue on the bottom of the metal piece to make sure that it accounts for the curve in the shell. And then just kind of be careful because the bottom of the shell does actually get pretty hot. This is the last one. It's the one I made. It's just going right down at the bottom. And then I am going to prop up some dowels on these little eggshell wicks to hold the wicks in place. Because even though they're small candles, I really want the wicks to be straight up and down and just looking the best that they possibly can. Once you have the containers that you are going to be pouring the hot wax into for your candles all set up and prepped with the wicks supported, you can go ahead and melt that candle wax according to the instructions. Make sure to follow the instructions because it does go pretty quickly. Then I'm just using a funnel that I made out of a paper plate to fill my eggs. Turns out I didn't make enough of the melted wax, so I'm going to pour out a little bit more pellets into the microwave container and come back. It does take like a half hour or so to set up, so it doesn't really matter if it takes another 30 seconds to get your liquid poured in, as long as you don't like wait too long to come back. So once the eggshells are all nice and full, I'm gonna let them sit there for about half hour, 45 minutes until they are set up and white, but also super soft. This is like both my favorite and least favorite part. It's my favorite because it's like really cool just to like poke a stick into soft wax, but it's my least favorite because at this point the candles always look amazing and I'm just totally messing them up. But it's for a better cause. It's because if you don't do it and the candle's too big, you're going to get like sinkholes in it with the way it dries and air is coming up. So basically you have to poke holes in it to let the air escape and then melt some more wax and just pour it over the top to make it nice and smooth. So that's what I'm doing. It always breaks my heart a little bit to do it, but it's also really important to get nice smooth candles. I'm not sure if it would matter on candles this size, but on larger candles, it totally makes a difference. Like you will get a giant hole in your larger candle if you don't do this. So basically you just, poke the air out of it and then pour a nice little sealing layer and then go in with your stick and like wiggle it a little bit to make sure that those little air pockets actually come to the top and the liquid wax goes down in the holes you made. Otherwise, there's no point. There's still going to be air bubbles, and at some point they're going to escape, and you're going to have really messed up tops of your eggs. But just get those all nice and smooth and let them sit. And when they're all dry and smooth, you can trim the wicks and clean up the eggs. A little bit of wax has touched them, so just take a dry paper towel and scrub that off a little bit. And once you've done that with all three, just trimmed all the wicks nice and low and then scrubbed off the extra wax, you are all done. And these are your super fancy, super cool egg candles. And we're going to see how they turned out.
Okay guys, so the craft is finally over. Candles take a while to kind of set up and dry, and I always get antsy in between, but they honestly look so good. So they're still warm, which means they're not even 100% set yet, but it's been forever. I don't want to wait any longer. This one's my favorite. Obviously, I knew that was going to be the case when I cracked the eggs, just because, I don't know, it's more egg-like. Like there's more shell to it. It looks more like an egg with just this tiny little wick out the top, and I love that. I'm not burning them. I know that I normally burn my candle crafts at the end, but like I need these for another craft. That was the whole point of making them. But I figured the act of making them was going to be too involved not to like do on camera and make a video for it. So that's what I did. And then honestly, like I'm tired now, so I'm just going to wait and like do the other craft tomorrow or something, because that's what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing. But they turned out really good. I really like them. Obviously, I have to find a better way to display them. Just to like show you guys and take a picture, do a zoom in, whatever. Maybe I'll just hold them in my hands. But yeah, this one's still, I got a little wax around the outside, so I just have a clean paper towel and I'm just lightly kind of rubbing it back and forth. It's doing a good job kind of scrubbing it away. The little speckles that were left on the eggs from the vinegar, like right there, I think it's from the vinegar, really aren't a big deal. I probably should have like rinsed the vinegar out afterwards. That's the only reason they are speckled. But yeah, no, I think that is a beautiful rustic looking candle. I honestly have no idea how it's going to burn, and when I do my other craft, they're going to be nestled in with like fake flowers and stuff, and I don't know if it's going to be safe to burn them, but I needed the candle look. We got the candles, so these are good to go, and I will do a little zoom in for you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you here again soon. Bye for now. They're cute little egg candles. I love it. I think that's adorable. I have no idea if it's gonna stand up on its own. Let's find out. Nope. All right, well, whatever. I think they're cute. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you here again soon. Bye for now.